One.
Hello, and welcome to the Critical Misses channel. Our story this night begins in a dark, dimly lit room that is made of golden marble, seemingly, along the walls, with pillars to match. A very ostentatious room whose full glow cannot be appreciated in the dark interior, but it is dark nonetheless. There is a person with very almost fine features, pointed ears, and gentle curvature to the face that is on their hands and knees, serving as a footstool to this shape in a chair, who speaks seemingly to nothing and says, yeah, I know they're going to be coming here first, right next to the HQ. Wasn't that part of the plan? Well, yeah, I know. Whatever. And there is the clanking sound as a stone is thrown away from this figure. The camera pans up, and you see the fur covered legs and open torso of a satyr man wearing a red cape with a fluffy white collar and this very delicate golden crown. And he seems to be crunching down on this large golden fruit that looks to be covered in flames with a stem attached to it that is short and shares a similar design. He crunches into it a couple of times and then sighs at himself. Ugh, fucking disgusting. And throws it over his shoulder. And he looks up at the only thing illuminating the room, a projected magical screen on which he watches this large armored car begin to wheel its way into the edges of his domain. He smiles and picks up this large, comically sized almost, golden fork that then melds and shifts down into a microphone. And he says into it, well then, let's welcome our guests. And cut to the theme song!
We live.
Hello, and welcome back officially to Critical Misses channel for Tidebreaker Resurgence, episode 2, The Hedonism Hangover. Yes, most episodes will be named like they're a Pokemon episode from the 4Kids dub. That is the plan. Thank you for noticing. With me, I have a lovely cast of people. I'm Dee, by the way, I'm the storyteller. Hi, it's nice to see you. And we're going to start by introducing the lovely Click Clack Snack. How are you? Who you playing?
Hello. Hi, I'm Serenity. You can call me Click Clack Snack, she, Faye, any pronouns. And I am playing Hannah Chainlink Russell today, who is she, any pronouns.
Fantastic. And next up, we have the classical Glyza.
Hello, I'm Glyza. I go by they, them. Today I'll be playing Gabi Dakila, a shoujo leading man isekai into a shonen world, suffering the loss of his true love, Red. Will he move on? Most likely.
And next up, we have the lovely substitute tech for the evening. Hoosh, how you doing?
Hello, I'm AJ, also known as Husha Kid, and I am playing Cleborn, aka Clev, Des Guy.
100%. And last, but certainly never least, we have the illustrious Petty Energy. How are you doing today, ma'am?
Hey, I'm Petty. It's also my name on the internet. I'm doing all right. This is technically my Friday, so cool deal. I'll be playing P. Shaw Bakken, our tsundere magical girl who loves her little cotton candy sheep. And yeah, she's gonna sound bored, but she's gonna get the job done.
Fantastic. So, last we left off,
She heard from you, my gander.
the yes, that's very important. Last we left off, the Tidebreakers, a section of group or a particular rank of very powerful magical being within the overall organization of the Vanguards of Vysoren, also known as the Vanguards for short, was deployed out into the downtown area of a nearby city to deal with a march. And a march is a magically occurring phenomenon that's sort of like a little pocket dimension opening up in the middle of town and wreaking havoc. After dispatching with some um like tree bark demons, uh the Tidebreakers decided to jump inside the Mark V, their armored vehicle, and make their way inside the sphere to see what exactly was going on. So, as the Mark V wheels into the dome, you all look around and you see open air, a village that looks like it stopped making technology like just before electricity became a thing. Um, and just open fields of tables and drinks and people socializing and smoking and doing all sorts of things. It looks like a giant, just open concert, but there's no stage in sight. And there are also cordoned off areas to the left hand side that have black curtains surrounded around them, where a more private matters can also take place. And as you entered into the dome, you were greeted by a voice that would sound familiar to our audience from the beginning of this episode. After the message finishes and disappears from the sky, you all having been invited to take part in this wonderful land, place, people, stuff, anything that you would like, in fact. What would you like to do, Tidebreakers?
I think Clev is, usually the one that goes like head in, head first. But he already did that and now is waiting for their fearless leader to, you know, get, because they're like, you gotta think of a plan. So now Clev is like, all right, waiting for plan.
Gabby is still sad and is you know, crying at the back seat, possibly annoying Shaw. But it's those kind of tears that looks pretty. Like no matter how hard Gabby sobs, it's beautiful to look at. It's like cinematic the way he's crying. And then finally he wipes a tear away. I'm sorry, I must look terrible.
Fantastic.
You look fine. What does Shaw see as we're breaking through this bubble? And are we in
Um,
that room from the cold open, or presumably not?
no, you are just in open field. And yeah, you see the various tables of people. There are a couple of small buildings that have been set up that are sort of just like freestanding in the middle of this grass. There's no proper city here. There's just a collection of various buildings and people.
In the last episode, wasn't there like a voice that spoke to us?
Yes, there was. That voice was a image that was sort of projected into the air that has since disappeared. It was of the satyr man that was described.
I think we should look for the satyr man.
Yeah. Do you think we'll be able to take him on though without additional information? Look, I don't want to partake, but maybe there will be something to help us out there. She's gonna look back to Shaw and then looks to Gabby and looks back to Shaw and goes, I don't know if he can handle it.
He'll be fine. They wouldn't send us out here if they didn't think we could do the job.
After after Hannah looks at Gabby and is like, I don't think he can handle it. Gabby's like, wait a minute. I could totally handle anything. This is what he's thinking. But I don't know, maybe you can see that because his whole demeanor changed from like this really sad thing to like, wait a minute, are you doubting my abilities to talk to people? I can absolutely talk to people. And he doesn't have a cape, but it feels like he does because he stands up and there's a swooshing sound.
In the
And
car?
he
Yes.
somehow
absolutely.
he does it in the car. And then
Magically have a sunroof.
steps out of the car and is like,
Oh,
I'm
boy.
here to talk to people.
And you see that standing out there, sort of like around just a couple of tables, you see someone like looks up and goes, right on, man, right on. Yeah, a lot of us are here to talk to people. Please come over and sit, like partake. I'd like to share in your, your aura and everything.
My aura is to be shared. And then Gabby sits down. I do not like to partake, but I would like to partake in your sharing of aura. So talk to me.
No,
How
yeah,
long
dude. That's completely cool. Like not everyone's down with the imbibing, but being here is just it's just all about indulgence, man. And sometimes that means the indulgence of self, you know.
Right. Correct, of course. How long have you been here?
What even is time, right? Like it's just kind of a concept at this point. And as you look at this person, this is they're sitting down, so you can't get a great gauge of their height, but this is sort of a light brown skinned man with these two tangled puffs of hair that are at the sort of the base of his neck. And he's wearing just this very 60s era psychedelic like trip out shirt and glasses that are quite similar to mine.
Um, After spending a little bit of time with this man, Gabby, like in anime, it's like a quick run back to the car and says, why are we stopping these people from having fun again? They seem like really cool people.
Because I literally don't have any of my notes from the first session. That's awesome.
It's not real.
Like my friend would say, what even is real, man?
Oh no.
I've already got to him. We
I mean,
must we must do a quarantine protocol.
Start playing some like radical music in the car.
Gosh dang it. I don't get paid enough for this. It's because this is messing with the fabric of something. Magic is already weird, and this is making it weirder.
Okay. I don't understand why we have to stop them. But since it's all very important to all of you three, and you are my friends, my loved ones, in this world, I shall stop them. And then he goes back out and goes, flips the table, and goes, this must be stopped.
Whoa, man. Like I'm not exactly sure how I feel about cutting trees down and then laying our own banquets and children on their corpses, but like, actually, that was kind of rad. I can't lie. It's pretty cool. I
And then
didn't
I go,
even catch your name and your pronouns, bro.
oh, my name is Gabby. I go by he, him in this world.
Okay, okay, nice to
What is
meet
your
you.
name?
I'm Todd. What's up?
And
Damn it, Todd.
Well,
Todd.
you and your highly armored friends seem like you're kind of new to the march, so I could show you to the other people. There are some people who really like the organizing thing. I'm more of like a free roll with the punches kind of guy.
I like you, Todd. And then I go back.
Thanks, man.
I go back to the car. Will I stop the drinking or the imbibing? And he seems cool with it. His name is Todd. Is should we be doing something else now?
I don't know. I mean, just because you so Todd Todd is going to stop everyone from drinking and imbibing, or he's
No,
just
I
gonna stop.
stopped. I stopped it by flipping the table.
Right.
I think we just lean over. See probably them still drinking.
Oh yeah, people are like no one has bothered to actually pick up the table for some reason. People have like finished flipping it over so that they're now like, like rolling joints on the flat side of it and whatnot.
I mean, we're not technically trying to stop them from having fun. We're trying to stop whatever's ripping the fabric of magic, time, all of the above.
Okay.
Oh, you must mean Kamashita.
Oh God, how'd you get here, Todd?
Todd's
I
so
used
fast.
I use my legs. It is pretty righteous. But yeah, I hadn't noticed any tears in the fabric of reality until Kamashita sort of rolled up with all of his friends too. His friends were like far less righteous though.
So he's new.
Oh yeah, he's generally like he's more of a autumn court kind of guy, and we're like spring court folk.
Are you all okay? Since it sounds like you don't get along.
I mean, I'm cool with everyone. Like a fade's a fade's a fade, you know. But a lot of the humans here are getting a little loopy, dude. We haven't seen you kids in like forever. What
Who
happened
knew?
on the material plane?
A lot of shit went down.
Lot of shit. That is unrighteous, bro.
So, can you take us to this guy?
Oh, to Kamashita? Yeah, sure, dude. Yeah.
Should we
You could tell us all about what this person's been up to since they got here.
should we meet the more organized people that they were talking about?
No, I think Todd got this.
Well, the more organized people, they kind of want you to like have a reason to go visit him and stuff. I know a way through the back.
See, this
Is
guy.
Kamashita and the more organized people the same group of people?
They work for Kamashita, yeah. They they just
Mm.
make sure that everyone is like doesn't go beyond a certain like distance and stuff because I mean, to be fair, the grass will take them, but generally when fae bring human people through, like they kind of don't care about that. So I don't know what he needs all of them for, but it's something.
Gabby
But
is enraptured by this man. Enraptured.
question. Does Todd have any reaction of seeing me? Since I'm not human.
You can't really tell any of Todd's reactions, to be honest.
I
He's
didn't
just kind
think
of
so.
standing there. He's got like this constant like head bounce going. And he's just like straight vibing.
Cool.
Okay, well, if you want to come with us, there's plenty of room and you can show me where to go.
Oh, sorry. I don't ride motorized vehicles. I'll ride next to you though. It might take me a minute.
I'll walk with you.
Hell yeah, dude.
I guess we're
You're
walking.
gonna walk, right? That's what you meant.
Yeah. Gonna use the old legs, ambulate my way over there.
I guess we're walking. Okay.
Chain link. Would you prefer I go into standby mode and stay here?
Yes. Be safe in case any of those organized people come by.
Of course. And the Mark V begins to shift. It sticks its pittons into the ground and sits into standby / anti-theft mode.
I also make sure to take out the iguana. Not
damn it!
We can't have you messing up the the standby mode again.
Fine.
Do you want to ride with me or do you want to ride with Shaw?
Which one of you has more snacks?
Puts it on Shaw.
Oh, I missed you too.
I don't like animals.
You summon sheep.
You just get a long glare.
And as you all begin to walk, it doesn't take long before you're getting closer and closer to like the more concentrated throngs of people that were off in the distance. And you see that there is one person who's sort of waving a clipboard around that says, "All right, everybody line up. If you booked one of the curtain rooms for 3:30, it's almost time for that. So just stay patient and somebody will walk you over there. If you've been drinking all day, please get water. The Domri Brigade is not here to walk you around or pick you up when you pass out. And if you are passed out on the ground, you might trip on someone. Don't be a dick. Keep drinking water." And you see she sort of trails off as she sees like Todd, who just like gives like a head nod and just keeps walking. She doesn't say anything to you.
Hey.
Hannah will specifically, because Cleve is like a brick wall.
Mhm.
So on the opposite side of wherever those curtain rooms are, that's where Hannah will walk, just so there's like
Space.
a wide berth. And
Woodward.
she's just looking around and will lean over to Shaw. Go, "You're the most senior of us. Have you seen anything like this before?"
I don't know. Has Sean seen something like this before?
Go ahead and you can roll me. I'm going to say physically it's going to be a no, but you can go ahead and roll for me. Let's say make it wits or focus, your choice. And let's see if you can remember it from any books that you read.
So I roll the number of dice equal to the stat, and we see
Yep.
the success.
Plus
All
any
right.
relevant additions that you think.
All right. For this, I don't know that I have any relevant.
You're a
Besides
senior
being a-
member?
Well, that's 4 successes. So
Oh.
Okay. With 4 successes, You know where you are, and you understand sort of implicitly what's happening here to a certain degree. Between the fact that there are satyrs and lots of greenery and very sparse sort of technology, you would assume that you are in the Feywild. Um, the material plane is on an axis with two other planes of existence. Supposedly, the way that the cosmology of the world works out is that um, every plane has an axis, and on that axis there are three planes. So the sibling planes of the material plane. There's the material plane in the center. Then above it, there is the Feywild, and below it, there is the Shadowfell. Um, you would assume that you are currently in the Feywild based off of things you've read and all that type of stuff, and you know the types of things that tend to happen here. You know the Archfey are trickster spirits that like to make deals, um, and just really play with mortals in general, which can be malicious or not. And also the other big thing to take account of is time dilation. And when that pops into your head, you connect it with four successes. You connect it back to Alpha 5 and realize that that may have something to do with why Alpha 5 was gone for so long in his perspective, but was gone for about an hour for you.
Huh. Well, that's weird. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I know where we are. I haven't been here physically before, so this is gonna get really weird time-wise, but we should be okay, I guess. Anyway, so like we're gonna spend longer here than outside. And I don't know, maybe don't eat the food or drink anything. I don't know the specifics for this part.
Good to know. Thank you.
Can I go home now?
You seem
Um,
like super knowledgeable, my friend.
Hmm.
when um when Shaw says don't eat the food, Gabby is munching on some grapes.
I think Clev was about to bite into a turkey leg and just like
Put it down.
didn't take a bite out of it yet, but it's fully just like
Oh,
just like,
Gabby's
we
fully
should-
on munching the grapes because Gabby is Gabby and is just eating it while
Perfect.
talking to Todd the entire time.
Yeah. And Todd sort of continues, just like, you seem super knowledgeable, my friend. So, like, who exactly are y'all? I mean, I kind of got a guess, but I don't know.
Santa.
No, I know Santa. He's actually kind of an asshole. Very judgy.
You know Santa?
Yeah, he's from the Winter Court.
Uh-huh.
He just thinks he can put everyone on like his lists, and I don't look at the world in such
Checklist.
binary terms, like things aren't black and
Good or
white.
bad.
Right?
Yeah. If I was on your list, would I be on the good list or the bad list?
My
He just
friend,
said there's no binary.
I wouldn't even judge you in a way that's good or bad. You would just be yourself. Because I think you're pretty righteous.
Todd, are you in any way single?
Oh, me? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, dude. I'm free as a bird. I'm kind of a relationship anarchist, so,
Awesome. And Gabby takes out a notebook and just writes stuff down and then puts it away.
Fantastic.
yeah, because Gavi's stalker isn't here to write it down for him.
Exactly.
Sure.
He needs to take his own notes.
who
Yeah,
was he?
Calvin's on the floor.
Yeah,
so-
Calvin's back at HQ.
Sure.
It's Kevin.
Who?
My true.
Sure.
Who?
So, like, is there, like, I'm gonna throw a name out there. And if you're not these folks, don't get like offended or anything, I hope. But are y'all the Visoran Coalition?
Does that name ring a bell at all, or no?
Yeah, does it?
Yeah, do we know
The
who that is?
the Visoran part does. That is the
Soren?
you are the vanguards of Visoran. That's the name of the guild.
Oh.
How do you know about them?
Yeah, dude, last time I was on the material plane, I like went there. Y'all had just figured out like steam power, which is personally when I think that technology got the best, and I sort of just stopped there. Um, but yeah, it was around that time, like you had to do so much stuff to actually like make magic work, and it was so weird, but like you could do it. And then eventually, like shortly after that, we just lost all contact with y'all.
Huh.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense based off of what we've been told.
Now I
Um,
know you don't deal with the binary, but would you put this coalition in the good list or the bad list?
Oh, they were totally righteous, dude. They helped out all the time. Sometimes some people like slip through holes in reality and travel across the rainbow bridge and end up in some place they're not supposed to be. And like the Viceorans, their coalition is a bunch of heroes, man. They helped out the Feywild. They even helped out some folks in the Shadowfell, which a lot of people are too scared to do. So I was hoping that they didn't get wiped out, that they were still around.
so, by what you're saying, are there maybe a group of people here that appreciate them just as much as you do?
Well, most of the people that are here right now aren't actually from around here. Like Kamashita just kind of like rolled through here, and ever since he got here, he's been, just bringing people in. Most of the people here are mortals, and the ones that aren't are like some of his satyr buddies from the Autumn Court.
Oh, do you do you have any idea of what happened that caused the separation, or it just cut
I
off?
got no clue, dude. I was
Hmm.
busy like it was around that same time that I was ruling with my subjects all over, and it's pretty hard to keep a kingdom running when you're just like one bro. But
Pause back up. Are you royalty?
yeah,
King Todd.
well, technically it's King Todrick von Helsvik the Third, but yeah, you can call me Todd because we're bros.
Cool, dude.
God damn it, we can't let Todd die.
Goddamn, we love Todd.
We love Todd now. Damn it,
We
we
doing a
were
lot of
talking
work right now.
we were talking so much shit about Todd before the stream, and now we got the
And
same.
I am a person of my word.
Penny says, "Fuck Todd." Um. Okay, so was this your realm, and then what happened?
Oh yeah, dude. Welcome to Casa Dave Todd. It's pretty nice around here. Like I can see why symbol or he wants me to call him Kamashita now. But I could see why Kamashita brought all his like friends and his bros up here. And a lot of them, I thought they were just visiting. And then he told me that he kind of like wanted to use this space for something. And I'm not in charge of my subjects right now. So I figured there's no big deal. And besides, bring a bunch of peeps through.
Was he trying to conquer your land? Is that what's happening here?
No, dude, he's cool. He's not conquering anything. That's not how the Feywild works.
Let me try this in a way you might understand.
Sure.
Dude, he totally marshed your mellow. He like took over your throne, dude. He like overstepped his boundaries.
Yo, yo, that's not fucking cool.
That's right, Todd. It's not.
But yo, what the fuck, man?
It's totally not righteous, Todd.
Oh my
He
God.
came through with these fucking jabronis that were all like, "Oh, we need all of your magical stuff." And this one girl was like throwing around a bunch of fruit that was gross as hell. And and man, this is whack.
Exactly. He should be stopped and you should be put back on the throne, Todd.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm glad we have an understanding, my guy. Are you okay?
No, yeah, I'm good. I just, I got a little unzen there for a minute, which I apologize for, but
No, it's fine.
We all have our moments. It's okay.
for sure. I appreciate the grace that this group is offering right now. I really cherish that.
Well, we would like to help you. I mean, if that will bring balance to things. And also, I mean, you got kicked out. That's not fair.
Yeah, and you know what? I know exactly who I should introduce y'all to. Follow me. And he starts to lead you all to a building more towards the outskirts of the places with a lot of people. There's still a couple of people here who are indulging in hedonism at its finest. But you knock on this very plain door, and a curtain ruffles just slightly, and then it closes again. And you hear several locks sort of like all the way down the door before it opens a crack, and you hear a voice go, Todd? And Todd just goes, Hello, my fair maiden. I bring you some new friends to help you in our righteous quest. And there's a long pause, but the door opens, and you see standing there at about, I'd say she's about 6'1". There
Oh,
is a young woman who's very slender, very lithe. Every one of her movements is graceful. There are these very accented features that are pointy. Her hair is long and chestnut brown. She's got this beautiful dark sort of auburn colored skin, like the color of leaves changing colors to red. And as she steps backwards in, she says, Um, please come in. Given your dress, I would assume that you're from the material plane. How, how is it?
uh, I mean, there's a bunch of bubbles of dense realities that are invading into our space
Right.
and ruining a lot of lives, and planes are meshing. Otherwise, pretty rad.
Yes, Your
Right.
Majesty, there's this march and it is encroaching upon our land and we want to stop it, Your Majesty.
Oh, nope, nope. I am not royalty. That is uh King Todd or uh Todd's former business and soon to be future business, dude. Cause this I didn't think about it like that. This is fucked up. Right. Um well, my name is Kirla Blackhold. It's nice to meet you. I actually am I'm originally from the material plane, and I sort of got stuck here when the Rainbow Bridge closed. Um, you're all wearing quite a bit of metal. I feel like there's this context that I'm missing here, but Regardless of all of that, Todd said that you would help me in freeing my sister.
Your sister.
Well, that's the only quest that I'm on at the moment.
What do
She's
you go ahead, sorry.
she's been taken by the Domri Brigade to Kamoshida's dungeon, and I've been trying to figure out a way to get in there and get out without having to cross swords with him.
What if we try to go in there and actively cross swords with him? Does the crossing swords matter at all?
I just don't want to fight one of the four seraphim, personally.
I'm sorry, the four what?
Okay, so completely new then. Um, the 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 four seraphim is a group of four mortals. They call themselves angels, but from what I can tell, it's a lie. They've sort of been going to various planes of existence and cordoning off certain parts of them to corral people together for something. I don't exactly know why they need so many people, but or why they take the people they get from the material plane and then put them into other planes. It's very odd. But regardless, there are four of them. Cymbalin Komoshida is one, and he's in charge of this place. I'm sorry.
To our knowledge, how many are there four marches?
From the way that Soren debriefed you, there are like opening up all over the world. There's more than four.
Okay, well, I don't think we mind fighting, so you don't have to, ma'am.
We're very good at fighting. Or at least they are. I fight with my heart.
We can get the job done. It probably won't hurt to do some amount of reconnaissance first.
Well, reconnaissance at the very least, I can help you with. Um, and she's going to uh reach her hands out to each of you, and she's going to cast mass modify memory, and she's going to imbue you all with the various memories she has of Kamoshida's dungeon. And as you're sort of like shifting through these new memories, she continues and goes as far to say, the interior of his dungeon, from what I can tell, is meant to ape a palace of some sort. Um, the golden lacquer over everything is horribly tacky, but I suppose it's what he enjoys. The marble that is underneath it seems to be the same that was King Todrick's palace once upon a time, and it's making me think that the interior of the castle can't possibly be that different. There seems to be some things that aren't changing despite his presence and the magic that he's put out over it. Golden marble isn't exactly possible, so I assume that it looks much like the interior of King Todrick's original palace, but modified somehow.
So our perception is so everyone here's perception is being messed with somehow.
Supposedly, there's some type of illusion spell or transmutation spell that couldn't penetrate deep enough. It was of course already a deeply magical castle. but I'm not entirely sure.
Player question.
Sure.
What do magical creatures eat?
Most anything. They don't have a particular diet. It depends on the creature.
So, hypothetically,
Uh-huh.
considering that goats, like regular goats, eat like anything,
Uh-huh.
could a magical sheep
Uh-huh.
try and eat the illusion magic?
Sure. If you find where the illusion magic is centered, they could theoretically eat the source of the illusion magic. Yeah.
All right. Shallow's mission.
I think like Clev is gonna kneel down to Todd. Is like, hey, Todd, I need you to sign this waiver. Cause say that whatever property damage that we do, we are not responsible for it.
Oh,
In case
okay, bro.
things get a little wild. In case things get a little wild in there, because I do a lot of big damage, and if we're gonna clash fists with this guy, who knows what's gonna happen.
Make
And
sure
you
and eat
strike me.
initials.
Yeah, you strike me as a big damage kind of guy. A quick question though, what about the damage that you are responsible for? Like like if you break something, then like you broke it, you know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, I'm picking up
Like
what you're saying.
anything he breaks, clearly that's got nothing to do with y'all for
Hmm.
sure.
I'll keep that in mind.
Sick.
I will try
I
not.
won't.
I
I'll probably forget.
I won't. I will try not to break anything. But if he breaks stuff, that's on him.
Well,
And he's an asshole,
And he
dude.
is an asshole.
what
Fuck,
about
man.
cutting?
Cutting like what? Like cheese? There's some charcuterie boards out there if you're hungry.
No, instead of breaking things, what if we say cut things in the mission for the greater good?
Oh, like, okay, I'll put it like this, man. This is kind of like a community, you know? So if you break something, I would just please ask that you help clean it up. And if you don't break it, then you're good. But like, I'm also not gonna like hire a lawyer because I don't want to be a stereotypical Fae. I don't really do the contract thing, bro. That's my dad's thing, and fuck him. So like I kinda I'm not gonna like sue you or anything, but please don't break my stuff if you can.
Gotcha. This is more of like a formality, if anything.
Oh, for
Just
sure, I get
like
it.
because like with business, like I have to make sure people sign the waiver, and then I give it back to my people, and they file it away and says like, yes, they signed off on it and stuff like that. But I do still hold some responsibility and whatnot.
I tell you what, I can fix this. And he like claps his hands and he says, Ferdinand, I need your help, dude. And like suddenly, like apparating out of nothing, this like immaculately dressed butler with this long purple ponytail sort of reaches out and says, yes, I suppose you'll need signature as well as initial.
Mm-hmm.
Here, and here,
Yes.
of course. Anything else, Lord? And he goes, nah, bro, you can go back to enjoying your vacation. And Ferdinand just shakes his head. He's like, I'm still not on vacation, but okay. And he disappears.
All
And
right.
just for clarification, you will not sue us.
No, I hate lawyers.
Cool, perfect. I'm leaving.
I have
Wait,
a
what's the
couple.
plan?
I have some questions.
What's up? Questions
Um,
for who?
well, first of all, we were told we're wearing too much metal. Is that an issue?
It's not that you're wearing too much metal, like you're not like breaking any rules, it's just weird. Like you're wearing like you got steel and iron, which clashes to be honest with you. And there's like copper and there's like a
That's
whole
how
bunch of
mechanics work,
stuff.
Todd.
Oh, cool. I don't know what a mechanic is though.
Me.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
So should we like change? Is that going to make it harder for us to do things?
No, it's kind of just there used to be a mortal saying for it, man. What was it? And the elven lady sort of pipes in and goes, "Wearing white before Labor Day. It's just sort of a faux pas, but you're not going to a fake court, so you should be fine." And she, by the way, has strapped on like this studded leather and grabbed like a short sword and a bow. She's like ready to go with y'all to this dungeon.
All right, yeah. So show us where we need to go, and then
Wait,
we'll.
one more question. I'm so sorry.
Just like she'll slump the shoulders. It's like,
Clem, it's okay. Hang on.
but Shaw's getting away.
She does not move very fast. You'll
She does
catch up.
saunter.
My other question was, you mentioned throwing fruit around like it was different
Oh,
than
yeah.
normal.
Yeah. When Kamoshida showed up with like the four seraphim or whatever they're called, there is this one lady who came with like a bunch of fruit and they like looked weird, like not like our kind of fruit, but also not your kind of fruit. I think she was from the Shadowfell, considering she was like flying and a demon and made of darkness and nightmares and
Yeah,
stuff.
that'll do it.
But I'm
Probably.
not sure.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a big sign that they're from the Shadowfell.
Yeah. But she was calling them shadow fruit, and supposedly if you eat one, it like gives you powers or something.
You don't say.
Yeah, it's like concentrated magic and put into a physical form. It's weird.
Is it bad? Have people been
It tastes
okay?
fucking terrible, dude. It
You
tastes
had one?
so bad. Oh yeah, I had like 4.
Did you get any powers from it, or is it a permanent change?
You know, I never really tried. That's a
You
good
could try-
point.
You could try.
I just wanted to eat the fruit, dude. Like it looked like kind of juicy, and like mine had these swirls on it and shit. And I was like radical, but like I guess I might have powers. Yeah.
Did you feel any different after you ate it?
But yeah, drastically. Yeah, I got pretty sick after I ate the 4th one.
Have you tried swimming at all?
Why?
No, I can't. No. Haven't been swimming. Why? What's up?
No,
You want to go
nothing.
swimming?
No. I was just curious.
Why don't
That's
you just
fair.
Why don't you just try? Like
Like swimming?
no, like seeing if you have a power. That could be useful.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess it could be, huh? Power. It didn't work. I guess it didn't work.
Maybe
What's something-
if do you have my consent to swing?
Like a playground? Most of the swings are behind the black curtains. I could get you a room if you want one.
I'm just thinking, what if you just defended yourself and like I kind of like heightened the situation makes your powers come out.
Huh. Oh, I see what you mean. Like a get the adrenaline going kind of
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
Sure.
Slowly builds back. And not like it's not Clef is not going full force. Just like
Sure.
just like if someone was like going up to like a punching bag and just does like a just like
Mhm.
kind of like an exercise jab.
Sure.
Because he doesn't want to actually hurt Todd,
Right,
but
absolutely.
seeing if like something reacts.
Okay. As you like swing at him, you see that you're just like going in, and he doesn't seem to be moving. He's just sort of like sitting there with a smile on his face. And then as soon as your hand comes into contact and swings through, he just bursts into smoke and then reforms. And he goes, "Yo, I'm a smoker. That's
Question: did it look like this?
awesome." It did. That's exactly what the fruit looked like, dude.
Crazy.
I'm sick of you.
I'm like totally smoked out. Let's
Oh my
go.
god.
Yo, if
Todd
I
can never die.
do you think I could get a contact high for myself?
I don't know.
Yo. And he's just like unresponsive. He's thinking so hard right now.
That means no one can hate you, and you can go through things. Probably that's
That's
good.
probably
If
why
you
I've only
try.
been walking in a straight line for a couple months. Yeah. I thought doors just kind of like got out of my way, but I guess I've been
Oh
turning
my.
into smoke.
Hey, hold on. I feel like I need to roll something.
I
I'm trying.
feel like I need to roll something.
It's this would either be wits or intuition, because Todd said he knew a back way. Was the back way him just walking into the area
Go
and just
ahead and
not?
roll intuition for me.
Oh my god, I love that. I love that
I
all the
only
One
have
Piece
2
bitches
dice.
went.
I only have 2 dice for this.
I believe in you.
Is there any help action if you have a high number?
I rolled 2 ones.
Never
God
mind.
bless. You're like, ah. All right. Are we ready to go?
I sure hope
Oh,
so.
Shaw, you're still here.
I told you she didn't get very far.
No, I mean Shaw did stop when you said like I have more questions. So it's like she stopped, she just didn't turn around. So she's just been listening. And I think at this point she's been out of sheer boredom feeding the iguana that she doesn't like.
Oh, yes, delicious snacks.
Are you feeding the iguana food from here?
Like a shadow
No.
fruit?
No.
Please give the iguana a shadow fruit.
No!
That would be
Shaw's
so
not
awesome.
doing that.
What
If
would
I
happen
find it.
if a gun ate the iguana fruit? That's the real question.
We
If
have
Clef,
that answer.
if Clef finds a devil fruit, a shadow fruit. Sorry, not a devil fruit, a shadow fruit.
Totally different.
Very
AJ.
Totally
different.
different. I'm feeding it to him.
No!
Clev is my hero. Yes.
Amazing.
Good.
All right. So you all head out, and at first, Todd is walking as though he's leading them somewhere, and then Kirilla very quickly goes, "Don't, just follow me." And begins to lead you sort of this wide berth around the um oh god, my brain, around the outskirts of the city. Um and we are gonna do some stealth stuff. As y'all begin to
Yay.
sort of sneak around the outside of these buildings, you see this large pack of folks that are dressed in like head to toe in this red and green bundle of like furs and animal bones and things like that, very sharp sticks, and looking kind of like they're just angry more so than anything else. And as we approach, Kirla says, "Those are members of the Domri Brigade. They're stationed out here because the exit, or the emergency exit from the dungeon, is around here, but everything is camouflaged. As you look out, you see that there's just more open grass. And these members of the Domri Brigade appear to be just like patrolling around nothing, basically. Um, and she says, I can do this one of two ways. We can either keep it quiet and try and sneak past them, and I will find it. I'll find the entrance using, you know, their unawareness, or we can distract them to some degree to give me enough time to find the entrance to rush us all in.
I vote to distract to make sure that everybody can go in because their attentions are focused on me, I guess.
You know, somehow it doesn't surprise me that you would pick that.
I'll go with him in case it gets rough.
That makes sense. I'll leave a bit of a calling card so that you know where the entrance is after we're in so that you can sneak in yourselves. Um, all right. Whatever you want to do to distract them, feel free.
Um, so I'm pulling up my abilities. One of them is blood travel, and it says here in social situations, Gabby can mimic anyone he's seen in an intimate manner to get a leg up on the competition. If I decide to mimic Todd,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
and can I do that to make them believe that I am Todd?
Oh,
And sort of
sure.
like, sweet, that's what I'm gonna do with with um with Clev next to me.
Okay. These guards are sort of going back and forth. This is about, I'd say, 40-ish feet away from where the rest of the squad is currently hiding, with the real Todd and Kirla. And you see them, some people are arguing back and forth. There's like passing mention of something called a Realms Walker. Um, It's just a few different other conversations, but as you approach, they turn and say, "Oh, well, if it isn't the old king, what are you doing here?"
Yes, it is I, the old king, dude. Bro.
Right, already said that bit.
Yeah. This is my new friend Clev, and we are going to entertain you, bro.
Are you
Yes,
off your shit?
I think so. And I'm going through withdrawals, and it's not pretty.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
And
And
because
you
of that,
see,
my friend here and I are going to perform for you a battle.
one of the younger members sort of like move to almost like throw you out, and one of the senior members goes, "No, King Cymberlin said that he's allowed certain extremities, so go on then. Do your fucking what'd you
Yes,
say it was?"
it's a performance, a battle performance with my friend here.
For fuck's sake. Yep, go ahead.
Yes, but you have to come here and sit in an audience circle. This is
And
important to me.
Are they being reluctant about it?
oh yeah,
I'm
100%.
gonna. Okay. Is there like a rock nearby?
Sure.
I'm going to pick up the rock, and I'm gonna use the social ability of demolish. You may use this normal effect, to break target object as a show of force. If you do, you may instill fear of you and key figures that witness your feat, or improve your relationships with all witnesses by one stage. This effect does not work on those who have already witnessed your ability.
Okie doke. So you smash this rock to a million pieces, and
I
all the
literally,
guards
I
go,
literally just like take up a rock And she's like, squeeze
You
it.
know, it's basically lunchtime already, isn't it? So we might as well just sit down, have lunch and a show. Come on, fellas, let's go. And
Yeah.
they all sit in
I
like a
mean,
semicircle.
to them, I'm just like an Oni giant, a
Mhm.
weird Oni giant with clothes.
And Clev and I perform a magnificent performance of sparring. Me looking like Todd and just sparring battles. You know those in during the Olympics where um there's special martial arts things. That's basically
Like
what
demonstrations.
yeah, demonstrations. That's basically what they see.
Fantastic. So, in that case, I will need both of you to
Right.
roll a wits check against an intuition check from them.
Sweet.
Cool. I'm good with that.
Wits and intuition. Oh, sweet. I'm also gonna add my charming because I'm quite charming.
Yeah, right. That
Um,
would work for a performance. I agree.
and I will also add leadership because I'm leading Clev into this whole thing.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'll let you have it. I'll let you have it.
Can I add inboxer to this?
Sure.
Does that add one dice or is it just like
Yeah, you can count that as an advantage for sure.
my quirk? I'm a little quirky.
Just a little quirky guy.
Little quirkster.
I have 5 successes.
Oh, we haven't gotten to the quirk references yet, AJ. That's
Oh
so
boy.
come
Oh
on now.
god.
Come on now.
It's never gonna stop.
True. So what are we looking like on successes?
5 successes for me.
I think
Okay.
I got your Kirsty. I only got one success.
Oh, God bless. So a total of 6 successes versus their 2. So they are quite enraptured, primarily by Gabby, who is sort of just like giving this full blown like performance, and Clev, like occasionally you're like, okay, and like you throw a punch, like physically you're there and on it, but Gabby is like just completely like runs away with the role play
If I
part of it.
see them like kind of drift a little bit, I crush another.
Amazing. Amazing. So while this is taking place back with the other group, you see that Todd is sort of like, so like I might be tripping, but I think I'm over there. Like,
No, you're not.
oh,
No.
okay. Cool. So what are we doing?
Waiting. No, wait.
Um,
Wait, sorry. Player forgot. No, we're sneaking in while they are the distraction, correct?
yeah, so
Okay.
as the performance begins, that's your cue to
Right. Okay. We're going in. So let's get moving.
okay, awesome. And they follow your lead. So I need the 2 tiebreakers that are in the remaining group. Go ahead and make me an agility or focus check, your preference.
Focus.
DR of which has been reduced due to the distraction.
3 successes for agility.
Nice, nice.
3 successes for agility.
Fantastic. All right, with 6 successes, y'all beat the DR of 3, and you manage to get over to the side, and immediately Kirla's fingers begin traipsing along the outside edge of it, doing sort of an investigation of this wall to try and find a particular button. And as she presses down on what seemingly looks like nothing, the entire side of the wall begins to shimmer and reveal as a door slides open that you can see leads to stairs descending down.
Let's go.
As you begin to like move down, Kirla turns around and pulls out this sort of black combat knife that she jabs into the side of the wall, sort of like ostentatiously, so that the other tidebreakers can sneak in after their performance is done.
Which we will do when they're completely satiated.
Of
We will
course.
bow and make our way to that entrance, I suppose.
Fantastic. Um, as y'all are descending down, this is before the group is back together. Kirla begins to explain and say, "So I'm not sure what exactly Todd told you about the situation, but yes, the four seraphim, they just appeared one day and sort of took the space over for whatever experiments or what have you they're doing here. There weren't very many denizens here because it wasn't currently, you know, the springtime of rule. So most of the denizens are in the summer court at the moment. I assume that they were aware that this place would be relatively empty, and that's part of why they targeted it. Um, but my sister is a little more hot headed than I am, and she couldn't keep her mouth shut when things started to change around here. So it's it's a mess. But I'm assuming she's somewhere down here. These are the only dungeons in the castle. Can't imagine where else Kamoshida would keep her.
Is he smart?
From what I can tell, occasionally he seems more intuitive than anything else. I feel like he's still getting orders from some of the other seraphim.
And we'll just have to move fast and quiet.
Yes, we will. And she sort of ducks around a corner. When y'all get to the bottom of the stairs, would you like to wait for the rest of your party, or do you want to see what is around the corner first?
Um, can I? Oh, that's right. We're inside now. I want to actually, because I was gonna say if I could send my little sheepies in to see around the corner, but also I want to do that anyway because I want to see if they can find that source of illusion and start eating.
Sure. So go ahead and we can roll your summon ability.
Yeah, I definitely remember how to do that.
Yeah, so you're going to roll. Do,
Assemble the
do, do,
flock.
Yes, you're assembling the flock. So you can either roll with might or agility.
That's gonna be agility. Let's see. That's 2 successes.
Okay, so you managed to bamf in 2 little cotton candy sheep.
All right. Hey, Kira, Johnny, Mommy needs you to go find some magic to eat, okay?
Ah, and they sort of bound off down. One of them takes the left, one of them takes the right.
Perfect. All
Shaw,
right.
did you just sound pleasant?
I'm gonna pretend you didn't ask me that question.
I'm not going to pretend I didn't hear that.
Your life is in your hands.
Are you threatening me?
Um,
Oh.
so I think the prison cells are just ahead. uh, um, but in all seriousness, there are members of the Domri Brigade that I know are in here. I don't know the internal schedule, so if we want to keep quiet, then we should try and take this a bit slow.
That's fine by me.
She's still looking at Shaw
Hmm?
now that she knows, but just nods.
As you should.
No one else saw. No one else will believe. Um, all right. So, eventually, the rest of your party makes it back down the stairs. Some of the guards having been left in tears due to the beauty of this 5 success performance, um, which very quickly became not about the fighting, like that. Like it very quickly like shifted into what it means to fight and what do you fight for. Um, but eventually, you're at the bottom of the stairs with the rest of your party. And as y'all make your moves forward, you see that um, this dungeon is sectioned off into like you're almost on like a walkway. And underneath you, there's this large sort of laminated floor where it looks like a bunch of prisoners are in separate, like various uniforms, throwing a ball in between them. It's hard to see what exactly they're doing from up here. Um, but it seems like some form of it almost looks like a auditorium or a gym. Would you all like to look for a way down? Do you want to look for cells? What you trying to find?
Shaw would be looking for cells for sure.
Fantastic. Shaw can go ahead and make me a wits roll.
Definitely can do that. And so witty. Okay, I'm okay with that actually. That's 3 successes.
Okay. With 3 successes, you manage to follow the walkway along until you come across like this large block of various cells. Some of the people inside appear to be also wearing these uniforms. Some are wearing more clothes similar to what Kirla was wearing, but most of the humans that you see are wearing those uniforms. And being able to see them up close, it looks like this is like a PE outfit. Um, they're dressed in primarily white with like the numbers and names being etched in green. Um, and there's also what looks to be like a bracelet or a wrist device that is on the people who are also in in uniforms.
Sorry, describe the bracelet again.
So the bracelets, you'll have to get closer to one of the people to make out proper details. Um, in there are 3 cells that you can approach, 2 of which have the bracelets currently on, and neither of which appears to be Kirla's sister. And Kirla sort of like looks as though she's getting a little anxious, and but stays like put with the party. But it's just like, oh, she's not here.
What does your sister look like?
We're twins. She looks
I
like me.
see. Will make it easier to spot her then.
Yes, it will.
How long has she been here?
Um, time is a little more in flux here than on the material plane, but upwards of a couple of months.
A long time.
Yes.
What's her name?
Her name is Embla Blackhold. As you go ahead.
Going to walk around and just sort of whisper, Embla? Embla? Embla?
Hey,
That's what I'm
hey,
gonna do.
Is somebody there? And you see one of the uniformed people like sort of sticks their hand out and goes, "Hey, come here. You're looking for Emily, you said? That's who you're calling for?
Yes.
I know what cell she's in."
I'm going to come closer, but not close enough for them to grab me.
Sure, sure.
What
Um,
cell?
and as you move over to this cell, you can see that inside there is this young person who looks to be like a fish creature of some sort.
Oh no, I
He's got
love
like
him.
these yeah, he's got these pretty sharp looking blue fins, gills on the side of the neck, which appear to be breathing fine. Um, and that bracelet along the wrist, which Shaw, you can now see that the bracelet very specifically, it looks like a um it's this sort of like big chunky old crystal bracelet. Like it looks like a bead bracelet, but if all the beads were like dull gemstones. And in the center one that's directly over the top of the wrist, there appears to be sort of this crest that is carved into it that glows like a dull green color.
Oh no, he's hot. Um, I I communicate in a normal manner towards this young fishman and asks him what he knows.
Can you give an example of how you ask?
Sir, can you lead us to Embla?
Good start. Good job.
I'm sorry. I can't help it. This is who I am.
10 out of 10. Um, well, no, I'm in a cell. Uh, but I do know that if you let me out, I can tell you what floor she's on. I even know the cell block.
Well, those are things that you can say even if you're in there.
But then how do I know that you're gonna let me out of being in here? Come on.
You
Why?
don't.
Oh my
Why?
god.
Why are you here?
I don't know, dude. I was just running my fucking dad's bakery and then I got bamfed from underwater under the surface and shit and I can breathe, which I'm thankful for, don't get me wrong, but it's weird.
He can cook.
This guy, help, I'm in mortal danger. Gabby. He's talented. He could be a home wife.
Line of questions.
Perfect.
I mean, all right. If you can, I mean, tell us what you know, and I can break you out.
He's gonna make an intuition check. Do. Are you
I'm
telling
like,
the truth, Clev?
yeah.
He sort of like looks at you, grits his teeth and sighs and goes, "She's in cell block D. She recently got moved to solitary confinement where she's being asked like questions about something. I don't know. But she's cell block D. She's going to be in cell 15 because that's the only isolation cell. Please let me out."
What does your bracelet do?
I have no fucking clue.
I
It glows occasionally. The scientists that work here, they ask me a lot of questions about it.
Knew it. I knew it. I knew you were doing it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Sorry, continue.
I go up to the cell door, and just the cold breath comes out as I use the fist that has the ice on it, and just freeze, and then essentially use demolish again on the
Sure, and
door.
just and pull it off. Absolutely. Um, Man sort of steps out and goes, "That was awesome. You're not like aquatic. You look more frost. Can you breathe underwater?"
No, not that I know of. And I mean, I feel like it goes against my other nature as like pulls up as this person has come close. It's just saw the cold, but it feels warmer when they approach me.
Huh. Weird. Surface people are so odd.
Isn't
Well,
it the best?
I could do without being put in a cell, but yeah.
Have you ever been able to breathe out of water, or is
No.
this
Well, not for like long. If I took a really big breath when I was underwater, then it would take my gills a little while to filter it out, but it's
I think
weird.
maybe the bracelet has something to do with that.
Possibly.
Anyway, thanks for helping us.
Yep, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
Do
Do you
know
have
the
a
way
phone
out?
number?
I just drag Gabby. Like, come on.
Don't know what the hell a phone is, but yeah, okay.
Damn it.
And they are going to turn and their eyes begin to glow and they cast a spell and turn invisible.
Gabby's just like so talented.
So talented.
Kirla
Dissipated.
Fake.
is
dis-
then walking in a straight line toward the stairs.
Yep. All right. Cool. Where's Todd?
Dodge just kind of like walking behind you all, just like
Right.
vibing.
Cool. All right. Let's go.
Y'all ascend up the stairs, 2 floors to get to floor D. Who is in front?
Carla.
Oh no, no one goes past her.
Past her? Is she standing like in the door, not continuing forward?
Oh no, I was just curious as to if y'all followed her, if anyone like got in front of
Shaw
her
did.
or not. Gotcha. Then I need Shaw to roll me an agility check.
That sounds about right. Make sure I'm rolling the right number of dice. I am. It's gonna happen on the one that mattered. That's only a success.
Okay. So as you sort of like get to the top of the stairs, you peek your head out and see that there is a guard in this hallway. This hallway was not empty like the previous one. And as you go to like lean back, Todd just bumps into you and you both trip and fall into the middle of the corridor.
Oh, sure. So he's not smoke when we need him to be. Thanks,
He
Todd.
doesn't know how to control it.
I know.
This is why. Fuck Todd!
No, Todd needs to survive.
No.
Believe me, I'm trying.
The guard sort of like immediately puts his spear out and goes, "Halt, intruders!"
Oh, you know what? Before the palace alarm goes off, if I can't, oh well. Can I do counting sheep?
You can. If you're going to try and do this quickly, I'm going to say that your attack roll is going to have to be agility,
Yep, that's fine.
which means this guard is gonna roll to dodge.
That's 3 successes.
A civilian level guard is no match for a tidebreaker. What does it look like as you just like reflex put this guy to sleep?
So while occasionally, what's one of the abilities when that she can do with the sugar rush, which eating one of her flock to stay energized and everything, keep the momentum going. I imagine in this case there's this very quick swirl around her hand, as if the cotton candy machine. You put the stick in and it whirls around. There's that little swirl around her hand then, and she kind of like mashes that into the guard's, like, I don't know if he has a full helmet or anything, like smushes it into his face, and then just counting sheep. You're getting sheepy.
I'm so sheepy. And he just curls up into a ball and and just like completely unconscious. Oh shit, nice job.
I wish for the end of your existence.
Hmm.
Chain Link will remember that.
The telltale
Speaking of-
lore.
Chain Link,
Oh shit! Hi.
Bull Splitter, like revs for a second. Not loud enough to make noise, but one, you feel the vibration, and two, you're very aware of your weapon at all times, and it just.
Can I try to use like my intuition to try to figure out why?
Sure.
Okay, because I am soul linked with
You certainly are, aren't you?
I don't like the way you said that.
What do you mean?
3 successes.
3 successes is not enough. So as you are like examining the weapon and you sort of like run your hands over the connection that you have with Bull Splitter, it seems fine, but that was weird.
Can I look around and see if there's, because mechanical, I can't tell if it was something that like either Bull Splitter was like jumping out at going, this is wrong, or something that made it do that. So can I try to like take a look around and see if there's anything that may have some kind of electromagnetic presence or something weird like that doesn't quite fit?
Yes, you can. As you are sort of like looking around, you do see that there is this large sort of um not a side room. You're not sure if it's a cafeteria or office or what, but there's like a side room, and you see um this sort of like very pudgy, very round face with a very red nose that sort of like looks at you and then ducks down beneath the door. And there's like a slight giggling that comes out. And also, um, Gabby turns to comment on that same thing and just and blinks out of existence.
What?
Y'all know that happens occasionally. Doesn't make it less worrying necessarily.
Who's closest? That'd be Clev, probably. You notice anything missing?
Oh, did he do the thing again?
Again? What is this? Oh,
Yo, the second me is gone. Maybe I'm not real either.
you'll go out in a puff of smoke, and then we won't know where to find you. Please don't.
Oh, that's right.
She's just gonna kind of like point to that room, and she's gonna start walking that way.
Is that those don't look like cells?
No, but there's something weird, something not good.
I will catch up. And she turns and starts going toward the cells to try and find her sister.
Does this guard have keys on them?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm just gonna take it. He's like, hey, just toss the keys towards her.
She catches them and continues trot down the hall.
I guess it's distraction time.
Guess so.
Well, I guess we'll go to the room.
Yeah, whatever that little thing was.
He's just a
Sure,
little
sure.
guy.
Um, as you poke your head, do you just like open the door?
Is it closed now?
It was closed before. There are bars, like there's like a little window that they were looking to you through,
Okay.
and they ducked down behind the window.
I'll put my ear up against the door.
Inside, you hear a lot of like.
Okay. I'm just gonna. Clev's stronger than me. I'm just gonna look to them. Just kind of give you an invitation to knock down the door because I'm.
Well, I checked the handle first.
You
Is it
check the
hot?
handle. It turns and unlocks.
That's not fun. Damn, I thought we were gonna do this the fun way.
Well, I do it when it's like sometimes you just need to open the door.
Okay.
As you push the door in, you see that there are several of these floating, like furry little. They almost look like anthropomorphic, not anthropomorphic because they still look animal-esque, but they look like two-legged hamsters, kind of, with these big bulbous red nose and these small bat wings. And some of them have like a poof of yellow that sort of like floats above the head. They turn and say, "Ah, you scare me, Koopa. What do you want, Koopa?"
My name's not Koopa. Is that
I
your
know
name?
your name's not Koopo, Koopo. What, you never seen a Moogle before, Koopo?
No.
When did
Well,
you
now
get
you
here?
have, Koopo. I gotta
Why?
say, it's been some time since I seen a mortal Koopa.
Why were you looking at me?
Oh, I was just messing with your sword, Koopo.
It's not a sword, but close, I
Well,
guess.
it's not a sword now, Koopo. That's because you made it that thing, Koopo. That's why I was messing with it. I wanted to see how it worked, Koopo.
So there
I
was
can-
3 of them in here.
Yeah.
I'm like poking one of them as they're flying.
It like slightly squeaks every time you do.
I can just show you, but it never was a sword. That's not how that works.
Sure, Koopo.
What do you know?
Do you pull out Bull Splitter?
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep a hard hold on to it.
You see all 3 of them immediately like go down to it and start like inspecting and like drifting around it. And they talk in more of that sort of like whatever like Simlish language they're speaking into each other. Before one looks up and goes, "So you say it was never a sword, huh, Koopo?"
Not since I've had it.
Cool. And they just go back to like looking around and like one of them like touches one of the spikes. Ooh, sharp.
Like I said, what do you know?
Well, what I know, Koopo, is what you're gonna want is one of those things that the softies have on their bracelets, Koopo. It's the same reason we're here.
The mark on the bracelet or just a bracelet?
No, Koopo, the one that has the mark on it. That's gonna have all the energy in it, Koopo.
To make the chainsaw run.
Make it run better, yeah, Koopo. Or
Where do
like
I
put an element or an ability in it.
where do I get one?
They're all over the place. You just gotta take them off of one of these softies. But they always die afterwards.
Do you have any that you found that are already, you know, off someone?
You see all three of the Moogles sort of drift back and go, "Y'all cops, Koopo?"
Absolutely not.
And yes, Koopo. And you see they sort of like drift down below a counter for a second. They pull up this large, it looks like a leather coat that someone probably wore at some point in time, but it's just filled with these like it looks the same as the bracelet was described earlier, but they seem more polished and almost entirely circular. Some of them are green, some of them are blue, some of them are purple, and some of them are red. Um, and the floating little creatures say, "Here you go. All sorts of materials, Koopa."
What do you
I
want
take
for
the
them?
purple one.
Hey!
I want to look at it.
And it's like immediately one of the Moogles comes up, tries to like take it back, but you're
Just
too
like-
strong. And it's just like turning with the thing as you turn them. Like, no, I got it.
Stop
I got it.
being mean to the Moogles.
Stop being mean to Todd.
Who?
And as your question, Hannah, was one of them says, "I don't know. What do you softies got nowadays, Koopo?"
I got a lot of things. What kind of things do you like?
Mm, things I can eat, Koopo.
I dig into Shaw's backpack and take out a granola bar.
You motherfucker.
Oh,
Just
This
like-
is,
just
we're
like-
gonna be short a few
Well.
team members when we get back.
just like trying to get the one that was on the purple material. It's like,
what's
Oh.
this, Koopo? And it like drifts up and takes it.
Okay.
Is that-
Ooh.
trade.
Well, we have to inspect the goods first. You did. Give me this.
Does the color of the bracelet mean anything?
Well, these ones are sort of inert right now, Koopo. They're trying some weird thing with them. Because there's energy inside of a material before you activate it. And it looks like they're trying to add more energy to it before it activates. Which, I don't know why you do that unless you wanted the kinetic burst to be bigger.
It's a
They also be
s'mores.
calling them something really weird, Koopo.
It's a s'mores granola bar.
It's a Quaker s'mores.
It's a Quaker s'mores granola bar.
They're patting around the packaging of it, and one of them eventually like rips it open, and like the smell of chocolate hits them, and they go, "Koopa, you got yourself a deal."
That one for three of
What?
three or let's see, 1, 2, and there's one missing. 4 of those.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you gotta grab the red one for Gabby.
Fair.
What color does Shaw want?
Shaw still glaring at Clev. This says, or let's see, there a purple one?
There is a purple one, and
I have
also
it.
as you
I have the
mentioned, well,
purple
there's
one.
more than one purple one.
Okay.
But as you mention, getting a red one for Gabby just and reappears next to
I
you. all.
got
Stop
fucking...
Whoa. What happened there?
I don't know.
Here,
I got you a
have
gift.
this.
What did I miss?
Red
There's
bracelet.
these floating little guys in front of you right now.
Here's a red bracelet. We got it for you. Put it on.
Oh,
Oh,
Koopa. This is not actually the bracelet. It's actually just that center jewel piece. And
how do
one
we-
of the Moogles says, "Well, when it comes to your sword or whatever you're calling it, Koopa, you can just put this next to the power source and it'll be a pretty quick upgrade. For the rest of you softies, you're gonna have to get a piece of jewelry or something and slot it in. That's how it'll work."
Gabby, for some weird reason, pulls out a pouch and has 4 necklaces ready to go, and you can just put the rocks in them.
Yeah, like that.
It's for my downtime. I've been taking jewelry making.
I feel like my neck is too thick, so I just put it in and I make it a bracelet.
I
Makes
don't.
sense.
I don't need a bracelet, or I don't need a necklace. I don't. I'll take it.
Question:
All right.
How soft and fluffy are these Muggles?
Oh, extremely. You definitely are having to restrain yourself. Clev's helping, despite the fact that he doesn't know it, by giving you something to focus your sheer unyielding rage on.
Yeah, yeah, that'll do. Yeah, Shaw very, very politely thanks. Takes bracelet. Thank you. You're the only one who I will acknowledge for the rest of this session.
Whatever you say, Koopo.
So the color of these don't matter.
Well, it's more so the person inside. So it,
There's
man,
a person inside here?
you softies don't know anything. Do y'all know how the weave and stuff, Koopo? The place magic comes from. Well, on where we're from, they call it the life stream. And essentially, this just like lets you activate your inner magic. I don't know what it's gonna do. I know that the purple ones tend to be like debuffs, offensive or offensive. The red ones are offensive. The green ones usually are restorative. And the blue ones are, kind of anything else.
Yes,
I'm
the
gonna
red
take a
is
red
meant
one.
to be. The red is very an offensive one. That is correct, for I am an offensive person.
And
That doesn't mean what you think it means.
I was gonna say, Shaw. In that case, Shaw will take a green one.
And while Gabby has so nicely provided all of these necklaces, in a similar way to the way Bull Splitter revved on your sort of hip chain link, all of y'all's pocket watches begin to like hum in reaction to this gem that you've just been given.
Interesting. Won't think about it.
I'm sure it's fine.
Can't mean
I'm sure it's fine.
anything. There's
Cannot
no way.
mean
I'm sure it's
anything.
okay.
That's fine.
Um,
I'll say I'll just take a red one and I'll just do what they told me to.
there you go. So
I'm
you
still
add
sticking with my
that.
purple.
Fantastic. As you all are sort of like kitting out these various materials, you see the Moogles begin to just absolutely devour the granola bar. And as they are, you hear a piercing scream from outside.
Time to go. Just fully picks up everyone. Time to go.
And as you all run out, you see that flanked by two very large, orcish-looking guards, clad in a red robe with a big white fluffy poof at the neck, and this small little red and gold crown, and a giant golden fork in one hand. You see Cymbalin Kamoshida, who turns and says, "Ah, so you were here. I was assuming you would be. Please, guests, join us in the throne room. Let's talk about the Tidebreakers." And that is where we're going to take our break for the evening. Because it is about time for that. So I advise you as well out there listening across the internet, go take a break, get up, stretch, drink some water, and come back in a couple of minutes so we can see the dramatic conclusion of this episode of Tidebreaker. And thank you so much for joining us. Hello and welcome back to the newest episode of Tidebreaker Resurgence. Thank you all so much for joining us once again. Last we left off on the break, the party was teleported up to the aforementioned throne room, now much more well lit and beset on all sides by members of the Domri Brigade, and sat atop his throne looking very pleased with himself, as he has the two twin sisters on the other side of the throne, sort of standing with these cuffs around the hands. You see Cymbeline Kamoshida, and he immediately says, "Well, you all are terrible house guests."
Villain, this isn't your house.
You're right, but it also isn't yours. So I'd love to know what exactly you're doing here.
Yes, but we're friends with the person who owns this house, actually.
Sup, I'm Todd. Hmm. Well, I'll have to ask you to leave for your absolutely inhospitable actions. I mean, breaking and entering, I love a good party, but crime? Ah, unbelievable.
I thought we were indulging. I didn't know there were rules.
Hmm, interesting. Domri Brigade, what happens to people who indulge in criminal acts? They either die or join the brigade. You see, we have a license to do things like that all the time. So if you want to indulge in a little bit of rowdy revelry, just come join us.
No.
Ah, well, you try to extend gifts to your guests, and they're all looked down on you. I do have a question, however. Where did you get those? And he sort of like points the golden fork to the materials that you were given for your various bits of jewelry.
Question.
Oh, this is
Oh, go ahead.
this is my hobby. I've been jewelry making in my downtime.
Amazing. What was your question, Petty?
I was gonna say, he's waving that fork around.
He points the fork at you all. Yeah.
Okay. Is there any sort of like ore or something emanating for the fork, or does it just seem like a giant fork?
It's certainly magical. You can make an intuition check.
Sure, I know how to do that. Intuition.
I'll
Okay.
say the DR is 3.
All right.
I would never be able to get it.
3 exactly.
You just got to get a way to make your 6s explode. You got to get ignite.
Oh wait, do
Okay.
6s explode? I've
No,
never-
not
okay.
unless you have ignite for some reason.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Um so yeah, you notice that it's like the fork does seem to be magical in some shape or form. The best you can tell, it's transmutive magic.
I need the illusion source. I have to feed the sheep. Dang it. Fine.
Well, since you have refused all of my gifts, really, I've heard that you haven't had a drink or a snack or a smoke or anything. So I suppose there's really no reason for you to be here. So you can take your weird truck that won't move and kindly exit.
You
Leave
have
the
the
message.
option right. Oh, go ahead. You have the option right now to do this the easy way. If you choose not to, whatever happens to you is no longer under my control.
when Shaw says that, just fucking Club is just like
And you see that the Domri Brigade also begins to like chuckle, and some of them like whoop and holler at the promise of violence. And he just sort of stands up, produces this giant golden fork, and says, "No, no, Brigade. They trespass in my march, so they will be dealt with personally. And for the record, this will be the easy way." And the fork elongates into the sword that Alpha 5 had seen. What were you going to say, Chainlink?
I wanted to ask, does that count as an interactable?
The sword?
Mm-hmm.
No, it does not.
Never
The
mind.
throne isn't interactable.
Is it magical?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Does it seem to be producing anything that's helping him?
Not. You can make an intuition check.
I would like to do that.
Sure. DR2.
Okay. 2.
With a 2, it is magical in and of itself. It doesn't appear to be giving him a buff currently or anything like that.
Okay, never mind. Don't mind me.
Wunderbagen.
Is he like he went and like made the sword and he's coming towards us right now?
No, he's still on the throne. He is just pointed, like the fork that has been pointed at you has begun morphing into the sword, but he hasn't moved yet.
All right, cool. So how wondrous! Looking at everyone, he's like, he wants to take care of it personally. Take care of us personally. Okay, cool. And fully just claps, and I'm gonna use my I clap and say pandemonium seal, and
Fantastic.
Flames, ice flames, it just cuts off all the brigade and just has like this path between this guy and us, and that has both the double gate. It bars all movement into and out of the target zone except for a single path between target zone and one other zone of your choice. This is considered forced movement effect for all purposes.
Fantastic.
Choosing I can choose the target point of entry for each zone affected, which I'm gonna leave an opening right by where the twins are,
Okie doke. Sounds good.
so they can get out.
So it sounds like we need to roll initiative, everyone.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
So remember that to roll initiative, you are going to be making an agility roll, and just letting me know how many successes you get. You're ordered accordingly.
I'm gonna add music to this.
Can I add my leadership and conflict resolution skills to this role?
If you are willing to take the focus from him, because he will be working under the assumption that you are the leader, then yes.
Yeah, I'm willing to grab. My first attack is to make sure that his full attention is on me anyway.
Sounds good. Then you can absolutely add an advantage die.
Sweet. I am not the leader, but you can target me as one. That is 3 successes for me.
Awesome. What else we got on an agility roll?
3.
Oh,
I like 3s today, I guess.
Okay.
I did like threes, and then I got a 1. Or
Didn't
I got
roll yet.
1 success.
Valid.
I was setting up stuff. I didn't roll yet. Hold on. It's agility, right?
Yes, indeed.
I got 5 successes.
Okay.
Oh wait, I rolled too many dice, but still 5 successes.
God bless.
3 6s and 2 5s. Does that get me anything? No.
Not without ignite, but you're up there for sure. Who would like to go first between Gabby and Chainlink?
Probably Gabby.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okie doke. Fantastic. So first up is Clev. Now that you've done your pandemonium seal and cordoned this place off, what would you like to do with your first move?
I did not think about this this far. I'm just gonna go up and punch him. Just a regular old punch.
Sure.
Yeah, just that 1-2, you know.
Fantastic.
Don't want to use all my moves.
Sounds good. So go ahead, and he's gonna try and block this. So you're gonna be rolling might versus his endurance.
Cleo. I do get a +1 for inboxing. I got 2 successes.
All right, he got 4 successes. So as you run up and swing against him, he manages to get the sword up in time and say, "Ah, so you've won this 1 versus, well, you're a little less than 1, the 4 of you, but it'll be close enough. Glad you're volunteering, though."
That just makes me mad. I don't know
Oh,
any
yeah.
cool. I don't know
Yeah.
any comeback. I'm fully just, but I am positioning my body in a way that I'm blocking. Like, if he was to do like some kind of like cone attack, it would just
Yeah,
all
you're
focus
all
on
in his grill for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Is there anything else that you would like to attempt?
Is no. I think right now, just kind of just putting him in a position of where his focus is on me.
Absolutely. And he has no problem at all with that. When his turn starts, his relentless or excuse me, never mind. He's going next, and on his turn, he is going to swing out at you. Oh, that's right. He gained 1 attrition. Which means that he gains 3 momentum. So as you strike out against him and he blocks most of the damage, you see this like very annoying smile come across his face and say, "Oh, please, let me show you how we should start properly." And he's going to use his ability, "This is gonna hurt." And he's gonna roll with might. So Clev, go ahead and roll with me for endurance.
I got 2 successes.
Fantastic. That is 3 for him. He is going to so much scrolling. So as this hit sort of like connects with you in the abdomen, he's using the pommel of the blade and just sends it into your chest, and y'all watch as Clev goes flying backwards, sort of like tumbling.
I do have tough.
Interesting. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me read here.
I may ignore the first damage I receive each combat.
That is fair. So it does not stop the zone push. You are still pushed backwards. But instead of taking 5 attrition, you don't take any attrition. And you see he goes, ooh, that one might actually be a problem. Yeah, and that is his turn. He doesn't move off of his throne. So next up we have Gabby.
I'm going to do my first attack, which is prolonged eye contact, but instead of making him fall in love with me, I'm going to do what this world's version of vicious mockery. I'm going to stare at him with my eye contact, and I'm going to tell him how he is a knave and a coward for stealing good King Todd's throne. And this is not, you may pretend to be the king of this land, but the land knows the truth. And the truth is King Todd is the true ruler of this land. And I am going to use that ability.
Okay,
Staring
so
at-
go ahead and roll for me using agility.
Awesome. Agility. Man, my agility sucks. Since I'm talking to him, can I still add my leadership and conflict resolution? 'Cause
I
I'm
will say
trying
you
to
can
solve the
add
conflict.
I will say you can add your conflict resolution. I don't think that leader gives a bonus in this instance.
What about charming? Because I'm charming, sort of like I'm trying
I
to
will say
charm
yes.
the room to
Yes,
prove
that is exactly why I will say yes, because there are other people present.
awesome. All right, let me roll that. And that is 4 successes. The highest I can
Okay,
get.
so 4
Nice.
successes against his roll. He got 3 successes, so that means you are going to do 2 points of attrition damage to him.
Okay.
Which does mean that he gains 3 more momentum.
And then my ability tag is mirror and leech. Let's not do. Actually, let me look at that again. No, I have it. So I may drain momentum from him and replace it with an amount of attrition.
You sure can. And how
Yes.
much momentum is that you can drain?
The total amount of successes rolled on my attack. So
Okay, so
that's
you can drain him for 4 momentum.
4 more. Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
he will get 4 attrition.
right. So 4 of his 6 momentum, it's turned into attrition, which as you begin to like sort of chide him like this, you see that some of the members of the Domri Brigade on the outside are kind of like snickering a little, and they're like, King Todd was kind of cool. And there's definitely some murmurs that have spread through the crowd that Kamoshida sees this, and you see that the ego on this man is instantly wounded, and he looks daggers at you.
Yeah, you bitch.
There you go. Fantastic. All right, next up we have Chainlink.
Okay. I would like to go ahead and run up to him. I'm going to use my move Heartlink Hex. And the Bull Splitter begins to, at the chain, start to glow this kind of like red hot. And while that happens, it looks like, because she is linked to it, it looks like she seems to also start to kind of glow that red hot as well, showing their combination. And she's going to start running up and try to berate him into getting hit, because he is in one spot, but she's going to try to make him move
Okay, awesome. So go ahead and make your attack. He's going to, as most people attempt to, they don't really want to block a chainsaw. That's not the best idea. So they're going to try and dodge. So you can roll agility for me.
Yay. 3. It's
Okay.
3 this entire game.
It has been 3 very consistently. And agility on their end, that is going to be 4 successes for them. So they only take 1.
Do my functions still go through?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So the first one is curse. So until the end of your opponent's next turn, they treat 4s as failures. I think they have to roll against it because it says if they succeed, refresh curse until they fail.
Okie doke. So that would be an intuition roll, I believe. That's usually what, or I guess it would be endurance since it's a curse. That is only 1 success. And you got 3 successes in your roll, so the fails. So he is still cursed.
Okay. And then second is winding. So I'm going to downshift myself.
Okay.
And gain 1 ignite, or ignite 1, and +1 power level. And I'm going to end this attack so I can immediately trigger another attack on my next initiative.
Awesome. Sounds good. So you have downshifted yourself, which means that you are moved down in the initiative order. So next time we go through the initiative order, Shaw will go before you instead of after you. And because of that, you gain Ignite on your abilities. So Ignite means that anytime that you roll a 6, it explodes, and you can take 1 failure from, or you can take any number of failures from your roll, and you can roll them again. And if those new rolled dies are 6s, then you can, they explode again, and the chain continues and continues. If it is a success, you don't get to re-roll it to see if it'll be like a 6. Like you don't get to make it a better success, but any fails can be re-rolled so long as you have an appropriate amount of 6s. The inverse of that is botch. The most common way that y'all are going to run into botch is if you activate a trick. If you activate a trick on one of your abilities, it gives that ability an additional function. But the risk is you have to roll the attack with botch 1. And botch is the inverse of ignition. So if you roll a 1, that means you have to remove a success from your pool and roll again, setting aside the one that caused the botch.
Okay. So yeah, I'd like to go ahead and try to roll to attack. The way this would work is instead, because she's already in there, I pretty much just want her to go ahead and like use the momentum of her like holding the chainsaw to kind of kick her legs up, and then immediately, almost like a battering ram, like try to push it in with like her feet at the
Gotcha.
end of it.
Fantastic. Go ahead and roll it.
Same thing.
Yep, it's going to be agility again. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna keep these dice because I like how these dice are rolling.
Good.
Okay,
There
I got
it is.
1 6, but I only got 1 fail, so I'm gonna roll it,
There you go.
and that would make it 4 successes.
Okay. He didn't roll any successes. So instead, he is going to activate one of his triggered abilities. He's going to activate. Oh, come on. As you swing out for the second time with Bull Splitter, he reaches his hands up and simply stops it with 1, stopping the rotation of the chainsaw itself as Bull Splitter sort of like revs and tries to cut through. Instead of being taken down, he is going to gain 5 momentum and 2 charges. 2, and he is using his absolute no-cell function, which reads, you trigger the no-cell doom effect and absorb all damage dealt to you. So that's also going to trigger a doom effect, but we'll loop back around to that in just a second. and he did not do it as a trick. So the no cell doom effect is somewhere right here. Boo, 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 boo. Oh, did I click the wrong thing? I clicked the wrong thing. Sorry. I'm a professional DM. I know all things all the time.
It's true. You do. I've been here.
That's 100% true. So, yeah, he reaches up a hand and just completely stops this thing in its tracks before it has a chance to harm him, and sort of rebuffs you off and says, "Good try." And with that, I believe it is Shaw's turn.
It is. And Shaw keeps forgetting to use her ability, though she normally goes last in the initiative anyway. So I'm tempted to say I did it. Regardless, I stand out, but I didn't say it, so I guess I don't
You
get
were already last in the initiative order.
Yeah, so I'd once again like to do my psychological profiler. So first in combat, I can declare use an ability before initiative rolls and go last. So I will be immune to the quartered effect. I'm going last anyway.
Mhm.
If I would receive damage for my first turn, which I didn't, I can trigger a free counterattack. So now the thing is now going forward. After your first turn, you may add your intuition to any reversal attacks and counterattacks to anyone you struck with a counterattack on your first turn. You gain specific. Okay, well, never mind. That part doesn't really help. Whatever. Cool. So he's a problem.
Mhm.
He's going after my coworkers.
Mhm.
Oh, have they earned my protection? Have they?
Hey, I haven't told anyone about how you aren't horrible. So
True.
keep that in mind.
I don't know what you're talking about. No. Yeah, his initiative. He shifted his initiative. He wasn't shifted by an ally. Well, I guess technically, no, he didn't change his initiative. Click clack changed theirs.
Yeah.
Dang it. I can try to make him sleepy.
Certainly try.
It's the best I got right now. Actually, would I be able to determine? Does he have a primary target right now, or is it still just kind of all of us and it's whoever
He's
is
looking at
most
Gabby.
convenient?
He's
Yeah,
looking at
he's
Gabby. Yeah.
All right. In that case, I'd like to do, and I don't know how this works, so you're going to have to tell me. I'd like to do the guarding coworkers option. So even while your target is up, if you use guarding coworkers while your target is up, your rolls apply to their DR and missed attacks against your ally trigger a counterattack from them. Additionally, whenever a harbinger is placed on a key figure, you may roll intuition against the target's reach to immediately determine if they intend on betraying your party. Upon success, the GM will tell you who the harbinger has been placed on and how many scenes are left before it will trigger.
Yeah, so essentially what it means is that when Gabby gets swung at on Big Bad's next turn, you can also roll to help Gabby defend against that attack. And you get to add any successes that you roll to Gabby's successes. And if that causes that person to miss, Gabby gets to do a counterattack. All right, so you what does it look like when you guard over Gabby like this?
So again, kind of that. I think actually in this time, Shaw actually does the, starts doing the magical girl transformation swirl with like pinks and blues and sparkles everywhere. But except for it just staying in her localized area, it kind of spins out and up and kind of like makes a little inverse tornado and then slowly descends over Gabby. So there's this very thin, like constantly swirling mist of candy floss around Gabby.
Amazing. Literally sweet. Okie doke. And then at the end of that round, we go back to the top of initiative. Clev, it is your turn again, my friend.
Okay. So, I gain more momentum. I would like to cause a momentum shift.
Okay.
So I have to. So what is it? I have to spend momentum shift, an attack that forces your opponent to use the defensive stat of your choice against your own preferred attack stat. To use a shift, spend momentum equal to your opponent's intuition, and roll your attack against the defense stat of your choice.
So he has 3 intuition. So if you can spend 3 momentum, then you get to decide how
I
he
have
dodges.
8 momentum.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Tireless.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid.
I am gonna use my agility stat.
Yeah.
And I want him to block with his sword.
Okay, so endurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And essentially, I'm gonna be using paradoxal cold impact. Just kind of seeing that like protective cover go over Gabby, and while Gabby's having that eye contact, just kind of like as they're looking at Gabby, they look to the side a little bit and just see like full demon, just like like glowy eyes, the cold breath going out from his mouth, and just like.
Oh yeah. I'll say that gets a stunt bonus. You can add another die to that.
Yeah. Woo! We got 4 successes.
Okay. He got 1 success, so that is a rousing moment.
So that has element. Add element damage of your choice of attack. Party can pick 1 elemental weakness. This could be anything you want. While using this ability, gain +1 to your power level for all attacks against targets not protected by your elemental weakness. Is he protected by from cold damage?
He is not. No.
Yeah. I gain a +1 to my power level.
Sounds fucking good.
So what does that do?
So having a +1 to your power level, there are several different abilities that you can activate that scale different things based on your power level. For example, his this is gonna hurt attack has a function tag called Agonize, which lets you deal your power level in attrition to the target you hit with this attack. So there's several different things that could interact with your power level, and any of them are bumped up for while that buff is active. And of course, there are some derived stats, like I believe critical is also based on your power level, and so is recovery. So like those things would also go up for while it's active.
So you said that this thing is not a weapon interactable?
The weapon is not an interactable, no.
So I can't destroy it.
No, not the sword. His crown's an interactable, the throne's an interactable.
I'm gonna destroy his crown.
Okay, so you reach up with this cold fist, and as you just clock him dead in the face with this, which does take him down, by the way. He's taken down by that, and the crown just sort of clatters to the ground and is covered over in frost, and then starts to turn to snow and just melt away. And he looks over and he goes, no, my crown. And all the Domries Brigade on the outside have advanced from snickering at this point to straight up laughing. And they're like, oh, well, what's the king without a crown? I say, oh, he's about as legitimate as Todd is now. And just laughter is breaking through the crowd. And you see he grips his hands very tightly and he says, it was supposed to be different here. And he is going to activate, fine, let's get serious. Upon being taken out, Cymbalin automatically activates this ability. He is going to enter his second phase, which means he resurrects and triggers his final form for free.
God damn it.
And he's also going to activate Absolute Despair, which is going to trigger Darkest Hour, which is another Doom effect.
What the heck?
So he stands up and he says, I have had enough. And yeah, he's physically, he looks like he's sort of like almost shrouded in like shadow. He's levitating off the ground with the sword now. The open chest more prominent. The eyes this dark yellow color, as he is now Shadow Kamoshida.
Oh no.
Yeah, isn't that great? Isn't that grand?
No.
Oh, okay, that's fair. So as you all see him take on this form, I can give you the specific readout of what it does. So during this state, he has 5 in every stat, and he can push all of his dice up to 1 once per roll at will. If the combined power level of all PCs present is greater than 10, you must spend 10 Doom to use this effect. He's bypassing the free Doom state because of the other functions of his ability. But yeah, he has a 5 in all of his stats, and he can push his dice once per roll. So that's fun. Yeah, so after Clev, it's now his turn. And he will turn and say, I worked too hard for this to be taken away by mortals. And he is going to, in a flash, he darts in between. And Clev, you sort of brace with the arms up. But the blade is not aimed toward you.
Oh no.
Abby, go ahead and roll endurance for me.
Endurance. Let me pull up my thing. Well, my endurance is not too bad, I guess. But it might be terrible. Any chance I could add active listening to that because I was paying attention to what was happening?
I heard every word you said, bro. Every
I
word.
don't think so.
Every single thing you said, I heard,
Everything.
and I was
Everything you
prepared
say
for
to
it.
me.
Active listening. No, all right.
No, I don't think
Just
so.
making sure.
It's a fair shout.
All right. Well, it's 2 6s and a 4, so that's 3 successes.
Fantastic. He did get 6 successes. So that attack
Wow.
is
Could you-
going
okay.
to go through. Yes.
Liza, could you get higher than that or no?
I mean, that's all I have. Aren't I protected by something?
You are protected. So I need you to also roll endurance for me, Shaw.
Sure thing.
Please save this sweet man.
It's okay, I can die. Don't worry about it.
Well, the bad news is my endurance is only 2. The good news is they were both successes.
Fantastic. So that puts you at 5 successes, right? You got 3.
Yeah.
So the attack does still go through.
No.
And the damage would be reduced since there's only a 1 success difference, but he's going to activate This Is Going to Hurt, the Trick Edition, since he pushed his 1s so that he doesn't have to deal with the botch.
Can I
Yeah.
okay, so instead of how this is worded, so tough, whenever your team would suffer from a physical barrier or other hazard, you may take the hit to allow them to re-roll. Can I use tough to get in between so I can also utilize rapid adapter because they used that ability before on me?
Okay, I am going to say that you would be able to try this, but it will cost you several things. One, you're going to have to spend a point of hope to even be able to attempt this. Two, it is going to be a reroll from Glyza and Shaw, so there is a possibility that you make it worse by doing this. And I also want it to be made clear to you that tough does not allow you to take the attack instead of the
Yeah.
person. It
Yeah.
allows you to take the attack in addition to the person. So you can, but it will still be the two of them rolling against 6 successes. And if they don't get more than 6 successes, all you've done is also get yourself hurt.
Yeah.
But you
Okay.
can do it.
I don't think because they can
Just let
only
me
get
die.
5.
It's
They can
okay.
only get 5.
Just let me die. I'm okay. Don't worry about it.
And due to their devastation trick, this attack does indeed become a critical.
There's a lot of words.
Yes, indeed. There's a lot of functions on these abilities. It's almost like it's boss. So to keep things nice and simple, the just disappears in between the middle of all of you, and suddenly Gabby is there with a sword straight through the sternum. And Gabby, you can feel it. This is definitely it.
Yep.
What would you like to say with your last words?
I'm going to look at my team and I'm going to say, it's not your fault.
And Kamoshida reaches up with the leg and kicks Gabby off the blade, and Gabby tumbles to the ground, assumed to be dead. Definitely, yeah, totally dead.
Absolutely. I do want to say that for my standout trick or standout ability, it is called Fondly Remembered. And would you like me to read what Fondly Remembered
please.
says? Fondly remembered, you may be dead, locked away or otherwise incapable of joining the party in the flesh, but your presence is always felt among your allies. Whenever an ally spends a scene remembering one of your deeds, everyone involved in the memory gains a key. In battle, I will roll initiative as normal, but I may not attack or otherwise use my abilities. Instead, I can choose one of the following. An ally in my zone may choose one of my abilities and they gain access to it until the end of my next turn. Allies that use your abilities add your power level to their own. If your ally uses your ability successfully, you gain a key. This effect ignores the rules of your group's progression style. You may another thing that they can do. You may choose to use an interactable to trigger one of your abilities into your current zone. Your ability uses the interactable's DR in place of your own stats for purposes of any action you take with it. When you gain an unlock point, your allies may use the unlock point after spending a scene remembering how you gained it in the past. I have some really good skills that you can use, so I would suggest remembering me.
And they are posted in the Discord
dying.
chat. And on top of that, as an aside, when Glyza mentions keys are upgrade points. You get 4 keys and you level up, essentially. So it's pretty good. Yeah. And you also can generate keys of your own accord by doing tricks. Like if your moves have a trick, if you pull it off, you gain a key. All right. With all that having been said, and with Gabby definitely 100% murdered, can't believe it. R.I.P.
Oh no.
Truly a real one. It would be Gabby's turn, but Gabby is dead. So Shaw, it is your turn now.
Why is it always the ones I tolerate that go?
And what type of memory do you have?
Not the great death.
Yeah, the in memoriam.
Oh no. I guess. God, I think Shaw mostly remembers Gabby like kind of like flaring their red coat, the cloak that definitely was dripped in somebody's blood, 100%, not from the paint department. Standing up dramatically in the car, somehow flipping a picnic table for, as far as Shaw's concerned,
Remembering
absolutely
things
no
from
reason.
like an hour and a half ago.
That's when Shaw decided, like, you are fine.
God bless. Fantastic.
It's a One Piece recap. We gotta recap what just happened.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the only way. Fantastic. All right. So now that you have had that memory, what would you like to do with your turn?
Boy, oh man. What if we tried to make him sleepy? Like, he's doing a lot right now. Maybe just try and make him a little bit more sluggish, because I don't have a ton of offensive stuff. My stuff is more utility and what have you.
Well, luckily, since you are remembering Gabby, you could use Gabby's offensive move.
Oh, is that
Rocket
the staring
Blade.
to the eyes? No.
The offensive move is called Rocket Blade. Gabby has seldom used it, but he produces a rocket launcher from seemingly nowhere to fire bladed weapons at the opposition.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Yes, that is something that
Oh my
Gabby can do.
What kind of League of Legends bullshit is that?
There's Rocket Blade. I don't understand
I
why
love
everyone's so
it.
confused. It makes sense to me.
I'm not confused.
Okay. I guess we'll use the shoujo protagonist Rocket Blade attack.
Fantastic. Exactly what it does has been sent to you in DMs.
Okay.
It has the ability tags Erode on Contact and Reveling, both of which I will look up for you.
I was gonna use that, but I died.
It's true. It's true. So Reveling, you can go ahead and roll. This is going to be a block from him, but Reveling allows you to gain momentum equal to your target's current attrition. And yeah, that'd be pretty good. That'd be about 12 momentum.
Yeah,
So
that'll do.
that's pretty solid. So go ahead and roll that might or agility, your choice.
Might or agility? I'm almost certainly going to pick agility. Yes, we'll be picking agility. So my agility will give me only 2 successes, but that's something with momentum. What is the momentum do again? Sorry.
So you with your successes, you managed to it is currently irrelevant because I rolled 0 successes on 5 dice. So yeah, you go ahead and you deal an additional 5 attrition to him, and that means that you gain 13 momentum.
Okay.
That's how much momentum he has. Every time he gets hit, he gains momentum. So that is yeah, his momentum's pretty high up there. I will say that this attack also takes him down. And Chainlink, it is all on you.
Okay, so just so I understand, after he's taken down, what does that?
So he's essentially, if you think of everything as having like 3 health bars, green is up, taken down is orange, and taken out is red. You can think of it like that. So he's in the second stage of the health for this final form.
All right. So first, we're gonna kindly remember our boy and her favorite memory. She was working in the garage, and he came up, and he wouldn't shut up. And she said, "Can you leave?" And he said yes, and he walked away. And that was her favorite moment with Gabby.
Big tear in my eye.
So moving.
Just
It
the
was so
consent,
moving.
the respect,
It was respect.
the consent and respect that Gabby has.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and make your attack.
All right. So I'm going to use Mechanized Frenzy. And she is going to go ahead and get back to this guy using her chainsaw almost like a catapult, like a vehicle across the ground, riding onto it before she spins at an angle to go ahead and try to hit him. So what would you like me to use to roll?
I think he's going to try and block this one. The last time he tried to do something, it just flat out didn't work, so he's kind of feeling himself. And I was like, oh, this will probably be fine.
Okay, well, I do gain the functions just apply when you do it, no matter what, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So I do I can gain a +2 and 2 stats of my choice.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them's going to be might.
Makes sense.
And one of them is going to be agility.
Sounds good.
So I have 5 to roll instead. And I have an ignite +1.
Fantastic. So your
Wait,
sixes
do
explode.
do I from the winding, it doesn't state that the ignite goes away at the end of
So
the turn?
you have ignite 2. So
I have
sixes and 5s explode.
Ooh, that's fun. And he has botched 1 now.
Fantastic. Sounds good.
But I'm really, really not feeling good for the next couple of turns that I get this, so trade off. Okay. So I only got 1 success, but it was a fun. So
It explodes. So re-roll those failures.
Okay. It's only 3, but better than nothing.
Okie doke. 3 successes does beat out 2 successes, so you unleash this torrent of damage. And I'm going to say that your amount of damage, he is taken down. So as you're focusing on this sort of memory, you run up and whirling dervish this chainsaw around him, and he gets bashed back. The robe he's wearing is totally ruined. The sword sort of clatters to the ground, and the shadows begin to like leak out of him almost. And he says, I was supposed to be the god of this place. And with that, Lev, it is your turn. Go ahead. Sure.
It also has leech.
Mm-hmm.
So it may drain momentum from opponents and replace it with an amount of attrition equal to the amount of successes I had. So 3.
Awesome. So he goes from 13 momentum back down to 10 and goes from 13 to 16 attrition, which is going to mean that recovery is all but impossible for him at this point.
Oh no. Okay.
And with that at the top of the initiative order, Clev, it's all you.
I'm gonna just I assume like he got like pushed back and is probably just like on the floor. He's like, I was supposed to be different. I was supposed to be a god. And then just Clev walks over, picks him up, and like, yeah, we stopped believing in them a long time ago. And just fully paradoxical again, just right down onto him.
There you go. Go ahead and roll it. This at this point is mostly a formality, but let's see what you get.
Do you not want to remember our friend?
Nah, they're good.
Wow.
They're good. Am I using might or agility?
You can go ahead and
Rude.
use your might.
Good.
He's too broken at this point to try and dodge.
That's 3 successes.
He got 0 successes. Describe the coup de grace to me. Is there anything more to it than what you've mentioned already?
Yeah, just says the line, just like fully using his feet that is like so hot that it's cold, and just like fully pulls back, like leans into it a little bit, and just fully punches down, and I think like so hard that he like cracks the floor, but then bounces and spins, and falls on his
Amazing.
back again.
All right. So you crash this fist down into the chest of this man. And as you do, there is this blinding flash of white from the heat and the cold that radiates off of the fist. And when it stops, he is certainly dead, sort of underneath your fist. But you look around and you're not in a courtyard. You're back in downtown. The bits that seem to have been eaten away by the march have been replenished of their color and their curvature. And it appears that anyone native to the material plane has been drugged back along with you, and things native to the Feywild have been left there. So the rubble that Gabby was slightly under, is completely gone. And oddly enough, there are a lot more people down here than you would have figured. In fact, there are elven people. Some of them having been in the Feywild for a long time, but still natural to this plane. And a lot of the humans are like, they seem a little caught off guard by what to them for hundreds of years has been fairy tale creatures, are just sort of looking around, a little tired, a little confused. You see the twins down there hugging and sort of like chattering amongst each other worriedly. And you have saved this town most assuredly, but it appears that the resolution of these marches, one way or another, magic is being brought back to this world, whether you stop the marches or not. And it's at this moment, Gabby, that you sit up and sort of cough a little bit. Oh, that was a tough shot you took.
Yeah, that was really bad. But I'm okay.
And as Gabby sort of sits up, throws a thumbs up and says, "I'm okay," that is where we're going to end episode 2 of Tidebreaker's Resurgence. The team has closed their first march. The March of Reckless Joy has been defeated, and Cymbalin Kamoshida along with it. Join us next time when these lovely, lovely folks are going to deal with some new allies who know a little bit more than they do about what exactly is going on and how exactly they should go about stopping it. But before we say goodbye, we have outros to do, starting in reverse order as we always do, bringing us the lovely Shaw. Petty, where can the people find you if they want to hang out?
All right, you can find my account. It still exists on Twitter at Penny. No, that's at NNG98 still, I think. Yes, I think so. One of the two. Blue Sky, I think, is Petty Potentate. Twitch at Petty Energy, because what's brand consistency, and in Discord if you have my code.
There you go. And next up, we have the Husha Kid.
Yes, hello, I am AJ, also known as Husha Kid. You can find me all over the internet as Husha_Kid, or just Husha Kid. Go to my website, hushakid.wordpress.com, to look at my stuff. Hire me for stuff. I do a lot of things like video edit, transcribe, perform, all the and produce streams like I'm doing right now. Yeah. Also, I don't know if you seen it, Leak D. We got a lore drop.
I did see that lore drop. We'll get to that in just a minute. Next up, we have bringing us the absolutely lovely classical Glyza. Or that's who brought it to us. Bringing us the lovely Gabby. How you doing, Glyza?
Hey, I'm Glyza. I go by they, them. I was a person of many hats, but now I'm not so much. I'm slowly making my way back to the TTRPG space, so keep an eye out. I'm not in a lot now, but if you're curious of where you can find me, you can just check out bio.link/classical Glyza because it does have all of my links, or just look for @classical Glyza everywhere on the socials. That's Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, Blueski. You'll find everywhere you find a classical Glyza, that is me. And that's it for me. Thank you for letting me play Gabby.
Hell yeah. And next up, we have the ever illustrious Click Clack Snack bringing us Chainlink. How you doing, Serenity?
I am so good. Hello, I am Serenity. You can find me on the internet as Click Clack Snack. I do a lot of fun stuff. You can see me storytelling, performing like I am here. You can also find me doing some other stuff. And if you're 18 years or older, there's some cool things I do. So check it out. That's me.
Fantastic. And next up, we have me. Hi, I'm D. It's me. It's the Riddler, also known as Dr. Joom Jazz, also known as Lady Love Dies, also known as Blue Euphoria. You can follow me on Twitter and most social media at It's the Riddler. All over the internet, I'm a voice actor, streamer, musician, professional GM that you can actually be GM'd by. Next month, my games for Magpie Games and our curated play program are going to be posted soon. So if you ever want to be in a game that I run that's probably about Avatar or superheroes, you should check that out. And with that having been said, we have a little bit of an end credit scene here since we got the lore drop redeemed. So, as we see the Tidebreakers through this visual monitor, essentially, we see this tall, lengthy woman in these long, flowing white clothes who has these white angel wings and this cracked halo above her head, who is sort of tapping her chin. And she says, "Well, he didn't last long, did he, Richter? I wonder if they'll be able to put it all together before it's too late. Hopefully so. It's been so lonely here on Daris Kalan." And as she looks back behind her, there is this endless expanse of this dark purplish energy that is just floating through space. And magical scholars would know that this planet appears to be made of pure, unfiltered magic that simply floats outside of the axis that contains the material plane, the Shadowfell, and the Feywild. And that is our extra credit scene. Shout out to Mallard Man in chat for redeeming that via points. With that having been said, thank you all so much for joining us. We will see you next time for episode 3 of Tidebreaker Resurgence. But until then, wash your hands, drink some water, tell someone you love that you love them, and be good people. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Hello.